Hi, Wendy. This is Kate. You and I are neighbors. We live just down the street from you. We've met before, but it was a long time ago. I got your number from Barbara, your next-door neighbor. I hope that was okay. I wanted to ask your advice about something important. Are you busy right now? I can text you again another time if you're busy now.
Oh, Kate! Yes, hello. I remember meeting you at the block party last year. How are you this evening? No, I'm not busy right now. I just put the kids to bed and I'm unwinding with a glass of Chardonnay. Is there something I can do for you? Is there another block party happening soon? I did so much for the last one and I don't know if I can contribute to another one soon.
Oh, no, it's nothing regarding the next block party, so don't worry. I actually wanted to ask you something about your work. You work at the jewelry store downtown, right? The very exclusive one near City Hall?
Yes, that's right. That's us. We have a wonderful location there. And I don't want to brag or anything, but our place is a very high-end and exclusive establishment, and our clientele is extremely well-to-do. Why do you ask? I don't know if I can help you or not, but please tell me what you're wanting to ask me about.
I ask because my husband and I will be celebrating our 15-year wedding anniversary this year, and we're thinking about getting a ring to mark the special occasion.
Oh, is that so? You two are planning on buying a ring, are you? How quaint. I'm sure that will be a lovely little celebration.
Yes, that's right. It's a landmark anniversary, and my husband Brian is saying that he wants to do this to commemorate it. He really loves to mark special occasions with special things. I've been thinking that we should do this at your place, but I looked online and I couldn't really find any information about how to make an appointment or anything. So I got your number from Barbara.
Oh, I see. Well, you must know that our shop is very selective about whom we sell to. We don't just let anyone walk in and browse our merchandise, you know. We cater to a lot of VIP-level customers, so we operate strictly by personal introductions and networking. We found that this is the best way to maintain our image and our clients' privacy.
Oh, I see. Yes, that makes sense. I can see why you would operate that way. That's totally understandable. Having said all that, if it's not too much to ask, would you be able to introduce us as new customers? We would be so grateful and honored.
Pardon me? You want me to introduce you and your husband as new customers at my establishment?
Well, if it's okay, that is. I looked at your shop's website and there were so many beautiful pieces there. I'd really like to get our anniversary ring at your place. It would be wonderful and even more special if we could do it at your place. If it's not too much trouble to get us in there, of course. I understand that you have a policy and procedures to follow.
Yes. Well, I'm not sure that's doable, actually. It might be difficult, shall we say. To be honest, I don't think that I can do that, actually.
I see. I thought it might be tough, but I wanted to at least ask. If you only operate through networking and personal introductions, you really have to be able to trust the clients that you bring in, I bet. You and I are just neighbors, and we don't really know each other well, so I can see how this might be a stretch for you. But we do have mutual acquaintances, so it's not like I'm a total stranger off the street either.
Well, that's part of the reason why I don't think it's a good idea, but it's not my main concern, actually. More than that, I'm concerned about your ability to actually pay for a ring, if I'm being totally honest.
Excuse me? You think that we can't afford to shop at your place? I assure you that we wouldn't want to look at your merchandise if that were the case.
Yes, well, it's all well and good for you to claim that, but you must forgive me because, I've seen your husband. He's always wearing beat-up old clothes that look like he got them at Goodwill or the Salvation Army or something. Ripped-up jeans and raggedy old t-shirts and Hawaiian shirts and such. I really can't imagine that anyone who dresses like that could possibly be able to afford to shop at our establishment. It's just my professional judgment, based on years of experience dealing with the public. I'm sure you understand. If he can't even afford to wear decent clothes, how on earth is he going to pay for a ring? And not just any ring, but a ring of the caliber that we sell.
Wow, that's... I don't even know what to say to that. You're jumping to a conclusion that's really not appropriate. I mean, yes, my husband does wear secondhand clothes a lot, but that doesn't mean that we're poor. In this day and age, I'm surprised that I need to even have this conversation.
Oh, you don't need to hide it, dear. It's perfectly fine and I understand. Believe me. There's no shame in it. We all have our ups and downs, you know. But look, I've seen Brian hanging around the mall on weekdays enough times that it's pretty clear what the situation is. He certainly has a lot of free time, doesn't he? You can be honest with me. There's no judgment here. He's out of work, isn't he? It's okay. It happens. If you're the breadwinner in the family, good for you.
Excuse me? What did you just say about my husband? That's not the case at all. You're mistaken. As I said, you're jumping to inappropriate conclusions.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So he does do something to earn a bit of money. I see. That's very good then. However, be that as it may, anyone who dresses the way he does surely can't afford to shop at our place. Our merchandise is priced far beyond the reach of you and your husband, I'm afraid. And we can't just let anyone in. I'd be risking both my reputation and the stores if I were to bring in someone like your husband, who could easily be mistaken for a homeless person. I'm sure you understand. It's a matter of maintaining our image, you see. It's just business, dear.
Excuse me? What right do you have to talk about me and my husband like that? I don't think I've ever been so insulted in my life.
Sorry, but as far as my work is concerned, I really can't stand these poor people who don't know their place in society. It's honestly such a nuisance. Just intolerable. It happens all the time. They'll come in off the street without an appointment and then cause a ruckus when we refuse to serve them, which we have every right to do. I just want to tell them all to stop playing pretend and go get a job. Then they could at least afford to buy themselves some rubber bands that they can wear on their fingers.
Rubber bands? Wow. Again, I'm speechless. Just what are you trying to say about me and my husband? I agree that people shouldn't just be barging into your shop without appointments and demanding things, but you're completely out of line to just assume that my husband and I are that kind of people. And you're basing that assumption on the clothes my husband wears?
Well, you both certainly fit the mold. What with his clothes and you texting me out of the blue like this, asking for special treatment. At any rate, I'm afraid that I can't bring you into our establishment. You understand, dear. It's just a matter of economics. If you were able to afford to buy anything at all, it would only be the cheapest item in the store, I'm sure. And we simply can't do business that way. As I said, we bring in all our clients through personal referrals, so the quality of our clientele is of paramount importance. It means that high-quality clients introduce their high-quality friends to us, and so on and so forth. It's the circle of life for us, dear. Do you see the logic there? If I were to bring you in, the people to whom you would introduce us would be people who… shall we just say… people who are in the same tax bracket as you. And those people would also be able to afford only the cheapest items that we sell, if even that. And then they would introduce more people like them, and before you know it, we would be no better than the jewelry department at Walmart. And that would be a catastrophe. So in short, bringing you in as a customer really doesn't make sense from a business standpoint.
You have some nerve talking that way about complete strangers and jumping to conclusions about Brian and me.
But I'm right, am I not? It's all right, dear. It's just reality. No judgment. At any rate, there are lots of other jewelers in this city, you know. I'd be happy to give you a list. Or you could just Google cheap jewelers. You can certainly get yourself, a ring at one of those places. Cubic zirconia is always an affordable alternative, too. Although I will be genuinely shocked if the two of you are able to afford more than a box of rubber bands. Again, no judgment.
I see. Well, I can see that there's nothing more to say here. I withdraw my request to be introduced to your establishment. Please just forget that I even mentioned any of it. We will go and look elsewhere, as you suggested. Sorry to have bothered you, and thank you for your time and your valuable input.
Oh, I see. Well then, I'm sorry not to have been able to help you, dear. I'll look forward to seeing whatever ring you are able to afford. Happy hunting! Kate! What's the big idea? What was that all about just now? Why did you give me the cold shoulder like that? I was talking to you and you were looking right at me. So I know that you saw and heard me. That was just extremely blatant and rude. Hey! I'm asking you a question. And now you're leaving me on red? What are you doing? This is totally unacceptable.
Ugh, what is it? Do you have something that you want to say to me? What's suddenly so important that you have to talk to me right now?
Yes, I do have something to say to you. Why did you just ignore me at the supermarket just now? I was talking to you, and you completely ignored me. In front of everyone there.
Well, I didn't want to talk to you, so I didn't. It's pretty simple. You cast aspersions on my husband and me, and you even insulted my friends, whom you haven't even laid eyes on, and you wouldn't know who they were if you did meet them. When I made a simple inquiry about you giving us an introduction at your shop, you responded by ridiculing me and insulting me. And then today, you again made fun of me and badmouthed me so loudly to the other customers at the supermarket that I could hear it myself. I'm sure that was intentional, though. Most sane people with even a little self-respect wouldn't want to talk to you either after being treated like that. So, asked and answered. I have other things to do now, so...
Okay, I see what you're saying, but let's set that aside for a moment, shall we? There are more important matters to discuss. What we really need to talk about is that amazing ring that you were wearing.
Oh, that. Yes, what about it? I told you that I would shop elsewhere, didn't I?
Where did you get that gorgeous thing? It's magnificent. I mean, I only saw it for a moment and from a distance, but it's obviously a really wonderful piece. That was obviously a real diamond, and it looked like at least 1 carat. Am I right? How much did it set you back? Or are you just borrowing it?
Well, not that it's any of your business, but since you made it clear that you didn't want our business, we went to another jeweler that a friend introduced us to. They had a very nice selection, and we ended up spending about $50,000 there. They were so accommodating. Wonderful service.
Huh? Did you add a 0 to that number? $50,000? That's actually how much you spent on that ring?
That's what we paid for his and hers rings. A pair, actually. It ended up being quite a bit cheaper than we thought, actually. A pleasant surprise, to say the least. We consulted with the designer and had them custom-made just for us. It's a one-of-a-kind design that nobody else on Earth has or will ever have.
I can't believe you were able to spend $50,000! Where on earth did you get that money from? Did you win the lottery? I mean, your husband dresses like he shops at Goodwill and all he seems to do is hang around the mall. He's obviously unemployed and you don't make much money either, I'm sure. Please tell me the story of how you paid for that. It must be a great story.
You know, you really have a bad habit of assuming things about people based on how they look. Have you never heard that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover? For your information, those clothes that my husband wears are secondhand. That's true. But they're also much more than that. They're vintage items, and there are a lot of people who buy and sell them for a lot of money. For example, the beat-up jeans and Hawaiian shirt that you mentioned before are both very valuable. Those 2 items together are worth somewhere in the neighborhood of $5,000.
$5,000, you say? Oh, why, that's preposterous. That's secondhand stuff? I don't believe that.
Yes. Brian has always been into that stuff. It's a hobby of his. An expensive hobby and one that he brings into his everyday life, as you can see. He picks up most of those pieces at auctions and such, not at Goodwill or the Salvation Army. And because they are so valuable, he doesn't allow me to wash any of them. You should see his dry cleaning bill. And oh, by the way, Brian works in finance and he works from home. He isn't unemployed and he never has been. And we have income from several rental properties that we own too. It's good passive income, you know. So as I told you, you were completely out of line to assume that Brian and I had no money to spend. 100% incorrect.
I can't believe this. You two are actually quite wealthy. Why didn't you tell me that before?
So, if there's nothing else, I have things to do. And I'll thank you for not bothering me anymore.
Wait! Hang on a second. Let's not be so hasty. If you two are really that well off, you must come to my shop. I insist. We have dozens of gorgeous pieces that I'd be happy to show you. I just know that you'll see something that you like. I'll show you all the merchandise that only the VIPs get to see. You can look at everything, even our secret reserve. And of course, I'll be sure to give you the best price possible on all of it. After all, you're both a VIP and my neighbor, so it's only right. If you like what you see, you and Brian can tell your friends, family, and colleagues too. How does that sound?
2 words. No thanks. We wanted rings and we bought them at a place that treated us with the respect that we deserve.
Well, in that case, we have necklaces, earrings, bracelets, and all kinds of other lovely accessories too. Our selection is second to none.
No, that won't be necessary. What I'm trying to say to you is that I have no intention of patronizing any shop that you work for. And it's quite amazing that you suddenly want us in your store after insulting us and refusing to let us in the way you did before, to be quite honest.
Well, I obviously was misunderstanding a few things about you two. For example, I had no idea that vintage clothing was so valuable and commanded such prices. That's a very interesting tidbit.
Oh, there's really no point in making excuses now. It's much too late for that, dear. And besides, we have no intention of giving our money to someone who isn't even capable of apologizing for insulting us and our friends repeatedly. We'll also be telling all of those friends of ours who are in the same tax bracket as us that they should avoid your shop as well.
Wait! Oh, please don't do that. I apologize. Please accept my apology. I am so sorry that I made bad assumptions about you and your husband. You're right. I jumped to conclusions. Please forgive me. Please just don't badmouth our shop to everyone.
Badmouth? We wouldn't do that. That's just low-class behavior, and we don't want to stoop to your level, you know. We'll just have to say that this business relationship wasn't meant to be and leave it at that for now. No, on second thought, not just for now. Forever, actually. Wendy continued trying to contact me after that, wanting desperately to apologize yet again and be forgiven, but I was still angry about the way she treated us and I ignored her. Interestingly enough, soon after that, a lot of other ladies in the neighborhood finally started to see that she wasn't a very nice person and began avoiding her too. Funny how that works, isn't it? Not surprisingly, this had an effect on her business at the jewelry shop and her sales numbers started to fall rather dramatically, I am told. While the shop didn't go bankrupt, Wendy's actions definitely had a negative impact on her livelihood and, when her husband got wind of these developments, he gave her an earful, according to people who heard the conversation. Not long after that, the two of them came over to our place with gifts and apologies and, for the sake of moving on, we accepted both and told them that there were no hard feelings. However, I won't be interacting with Wendy ever again if I can avoid it. One thing I've learned from this episode is that, when a person shows you who they really are, you should pay attention and remember it. Prejudging and mocking people the way that she did to us and our friends is really unacceptable in my opinion, and I hope that someday soon she will see the error of her ways and change. I'm not holding my breath, though,